Orange numbers glow across the speedometer dial, tracing circles on a steering wheel that won't align, tossing receipts onto the passenger floor mat. Smash the gas pedal just to hear the engine beat. Peel another gum wrapper when the air turns thick. Mutter at the blinking brights in the left lane, crashing against a brick wall inside my skull, scrubbing at the smudge on the window till it hurts. Past the exit where your name used to mean home, half a cigarette burns between my shaky knuckles, over the lip line on every single bill. Wipe the mist away before the highway swallows me. Radio static, screen static, smudge name on the tape. One hand grips the wheel while the other stays empty. Scraping yeast and rosemary off an old pine table. You were the summer sun I let flicker out too soon. Passing headlights burn holes in my vision. I fumbled the keys when you held the door. Barely a horn in the window of the rear view, stacking every light till the bridge rail shakes. Flick a lighter just to watch the needle dance. Squeeze the plastic grip until the knuckles turn white. Radio static, screams at each smudge name on the tape. One hand grips the wheel while the other stays empty. Scraping yeast and rosemary off an old pine table. You were the summer sun I let flicker out too soon. Static tearing holes in the songs we used to know. Sliding down the leather seat as the miles mount up. Peel the tape label off with a jagged nail. Scrub the dashboard clean of every shared haunt. Toss the memories out the window at 90. Radio static, screams at each smudge name on the tape. One hand grips the wheel while the other stays empty. Whirls of white steam weave over mug rims, watching you dance past the open cupboard door. Across a garden fence, a stranger sees us swirl. Sun hits the table where we used to sit back then, scraping toast crumbs into a pile of ash. Over my pocket, someone checks the time, tucking an old mixtape back in its case. Sweat on my neck as I aim to beat the heat. Fridge hum sings of every summer dark. Pocket full of crickets by the porch glow. I mumble names written in a messy hand, Still tasting Sunday gravy inside this kitchen air. Bare feet on tile shuffle toward the sink. I squeeze a sponge while you tap a beat. Stumble in the morning as the day starts to grow. Steam fades out as I trace the wooden grain, just like we did when every song felt used. Working my way to find a different sun, remembering how we danced until the moon goes dim. Just a jacket left on the back booth chair, catching my breath while the kettle starts to hiss. Scrape away the burnt parts with a butter knife. Hard work making sure these old seeds bloom. Fridge hum sings of every summer dark. Pocket full of crickets by the porch glow. I mumble names written in a messy hand, still tasting Sunday gravy inside this kitchen air. Shoes by the door, ready for the work. Folding a napkin while the world wakes up. Fistfuls of cotton twist under my palms. Kick these tangled lemons off my bare heels. My ribcage drums a beat I can't slow down. Blood thumping inside my throat like a ticking clock. Low blue light slices through the window. Thumb hovering above your name on a cracked screen. My skin prickles while the window bites my thumb. A nervous heat that won't let me breathe. Faint traces of rosemary and butter still soak our skin. We dance under a yellow porch light with no sound. Slant markers on a plastic tape bleeding to gray. I trace the creases where we used to lay. I stumble across the rug to check the dial. 4 minutes till the morning bell cracks the wall. Scraping at the wood with a chip nail. This house is a battle I haven't won yet. Toss my head back into the tangled mess. Peel the tag off a label you wrote years ago. Straining to find the beat in this hollow room. I work the knots out of these frayed threads. Faint traces of rosemary and butter still soak our skin. tempo presses hard into the deep pillow den, scenting the fabric for that Sunday dinner spice, scrubbing my eyes until the sun begins to bleed. The aim is just to keep my chest from folding in. Faint traces of rosemary and butter still soak our skin. We dance under a yellow porch light with no sound. That copper alarm clock is screaming at the sky, hustling just to hear that bass before it goes by. Mumbling our names into the yellow dust, I sweat the distance between then and now. Bright burns a hole through the smog. I mumble your name to a payphone, slapping a mixtape on the leather dash. Small ink swirls I barely recognize now. Window bottles rattle in the metal crate, peeling the tape from a plastic sleeve. Cinnamon smoke drips from a basement vent, nearly stumbling on the subway grate. Oil rainbow shimmer on the wet street, squeezing a copper coin in my palm, blowing on fingers to feel the heat, stretching my shade toward the crosswalk. Pavement glows where we stood for hours, sweat on my neck and your thumb on my wrist, floor on an apron in a kitchen from years ago. Claim the night before the sun beats us down. Yellow porch lights blink behind the rain, taxi horns blaring at the empty corner. I stand on the curb and own the noise. Stonewashed denim catching the red light, trace the blue ink on the old spine. Beyond the storefront I see the stand, mashed potatoes steaming on a Sunday plate. Pavement glows where we stood for hours, sweat on my neck and your thumb on my wrist, floor on an apron in a kitchen from years ago. toward the blurred concrete below. Toss an old cassette tape in the wind. Squeeze the railing until my knuckles bloom. Peel a Sharpie label back with one nail. Handwriting leans like it might fall over. Mumble the names of songs we never played. Slouching against the chimney brickwork. Scrape a match against the gravelly ledge. Squeeze in the heat before it catches. Scrub the grease of memory off my palms. Sliding past the glare of office windows. Notice how the antenna shades loop. Fumble a lighter in the heavy air. Toward the blur of red brake lights. Sinking while the gravel licks my heels. Notice how you smell like flowers Sunday morning. Somehow we forgot to start where we began. Wind in my hair as I trace the labeling. Distant traffic pants and rhythmic birds. Toward a sky that looks like bruised peaches. Further than the crickets in the grass downstairs. Watch the skyline dance inside a curtain gap. Somehow we forgot to start where we began. Watch the city watch us back through window. Wait for the loop to finally end. Toward the place where antenna shades cross. Stumble through the haze of thinking eyes. Sinking while the gravel nicks my heels. Pink bright flickers above a busted screen. Handwritten ink smears on a plastic cassette. Toss the old tape on a gym bleacher bench. Claim the cement where the summer sun sets. Reflecting gold heat on the wet sidewalk. Slouch past the library step made of stone. Scrape my boot heel where the crickets hum. Stand in a city I finally own. Yellow porch lights buzz inside a taxi horn. Butter and flour smell sweet on the air. The mixtape tells truths you won't ever say. Stand through the beat of this midsummer flare. Fold up the map on a subway car floor. Fumble a coin for the jukebox song. Pulse of the rumble hits hard in my chest. Sweep up the dust where I never belong. Pink signs are blurring as I hit the street. Trace out the label your shaky hand signed. Snap a dead twig from a porch light bulb, leaving the ghosts of our buzz on the wet pavement. Butter and flour smell sweet on the air. A mixtape tells truths you won't ever say. Stand through the beat of this midsummer flare. Mumble the name as the taxi horn blares. Toss the last tab on the bar stool wood. Scrub the old sand from a kitchen rug. Nothing here tastes like it probably should. Yellow porch lights buzz through the subway rumble. Butter and flour smell sweet on the air. A mixtape tells truths you won't ever say. Stand through the beat of this midsummer flare. Squeeze the wet asphalt with my open hand. Claim every shade and stand where I land. Sinking into linen folds while cotton scrapes my bare neck. Toss the heavy quilt until my pulses hammer out a beat. Mumble to the plaster ceiling while the room begins to shake. Scrape a fingernail against the wood to keep from falling back. Peel my skin away from nylon threads and salt. Fumble with the edges where the fabric starts to crack. Heat is drumming hard inside the cage behind my ribs. Squeeze my eyes until the inner sun begins to dance. Blue light slices from the window across my open palm. Trace the name you wrote in jagged ink against the plastic case. Limbs are heavy as I fumble for the answer button now. Beat of every second hammers like a fist against the floor. Scrubbing yeast and butter from the grooves inside my thumb. Real handwriting fumbles on the spine of that old tape. Tapping on the screen until the night begins to break. Somehow you are sitting in the grass while bugs hum low. Stumble toward the pillow, creases hold in every haunt. Fumble with the charging cord until my knuckles bleed. Leaning hard against the mattress as the sweat begins to pour. Shred the paper label while the screen starts blinking out. Fold the corner of the sheet until it bites my palm. Scrape the heels of both my feet across the woven rug. Trace the little indentations where your body used to lean. Scrubbing yeast and butter from the grooves inside my thumb. Real handwriting fumbles on the spine of that old tape. Tapping on the screen until the night begins to break. tapping on the screen until the night begins to break. City lights blur into orange smears across water, scraping bitumen with my sneakers on this ledge, tossing a plastic lighter off the roof edge, stumbling past steel pipes that hum and heat. Antenna metal tastes like pennies on my tongue, scrubbing a grease stain off this vintage shirt, slouching while planes hum over brick dirt. I mumble lines I practiced into my phone, looping a thumb over your handwriting on plastic, squeezing air while those bugs hiss in grass. Antenna shades stretch long like hungry teeth. A yellow porch light keeps ghosts on leashes. Wind peels hair back as I watch traffic, tapping a beat onto a cold brick wall, tucking my chin as I lean into fall. Notice how many windows look like matchbox fire. Distant traffic sounds like a low hum song, hanging my head near a flickering blue bright. Handwritten ink marks me like a faded bruise. Granny kept yeast rolls warm in a tin bowl, trace my name into soot on this railing, peel a sticker off a rusty metal box, stacking loose stones until they finally tumble away into dusk where first nervous touches lived. Vinyl sleeves warped in a sun-baked trunk. Sun hits the curling steam above a chip blue mug. He leans against the counter with a heavy chest, looking at you like a humpback from the beginning. He spills a little cream on the counter rug. Through the window I can see the burner glow, a yellow glow that reminds me of your backyard. Watching you both scramble through the grease and lard, tracing names in flour just for us to know, scraping char remains from the blackened tray, crumbs under your thumb as you clear the plate. I watch him mumble things about our heavy fate. far away I hear the crickets play. The rattling ice inside the window is a beat we used to dance to back when the night was young. Your grandmother's spice hangs in the air while we swallow the words that stayed on my tongue. Somewhere a mixtape turns in a box in the hall, scraping my boots on the edge of your kitchen wall. He watches your bare feet find the cold attire, checking a watch like a bolt head needs to turn. Sweat on your neck from the slow and steady burn, seeing how you try to keep a faded smile. Hearing the vapor where the coffee starts to drip, splashing on the lemon in a dark brown pool. You look at me like kids back in our Sunday school, feeling every secret start to slowly slip. The rattling ice inside the window is a beat we used to dance to back when the night was young. Your grandmother's spice hangs in the air while we swallow the words that stayed on my tongue. Somewhere a mixtape turns in a box in the hall, scraping my boots on the edge of your kitchen wall. Leaving the faucet to leak a steady beat. Through the window, you looks a lot like me. I see you tap a spoon and mumble listlessly, pressing your palms to find some kind of heat. The rattling ice inside the window is a beat we used to dance to back when the night was young. Your grandmother's spice hangs in the air while we swallow the words that stayed on my tongue. The orange glow floods a dusty dashboard plate. Peel my fingers off the steering leather, toss my heavy ring on the floor mats, squeeze the plastic rim and shift gear, scrape my heels against floorboard metal, wedge a folding note between seats, tear old maps apart with teeth, mumble how I used to stay, review window shows, grandma frying sage, yellow porch lights flicker after sun, blue ink names on cassette smudge, trace your name on window then smash, radio static crash like dry cicadas towards a line of blurred pines, away from wood tables holding broth, snag my sweater on the buckle clip, passing headlights burn through faded mesh, mix of Sunday roast and engine heat, crack screen bleeds on the map, until my sneakers fall away onto asphalt, burning through worn soles. Fumble with the knob for any loud. Slouch slow below those high beams. Sway while highway stripes turn white. Rearview window shows grandma frying sage. Bright humming above the library steps. Stumbled into the blue flicker of the exit sign, shoving a tape box inside a gym locker. Tap the latch on the gym door against the law. Bright humming above the library steps. Stumbled into the blue flicker of the exit sign, shoving a tape box inside a gym locker. Tap the latch on the gym door against the law. Slapping a Sharpie name on a stolen cassette. The smell of rosemary grease on the wet pavement. Sweating as we mumble words we own. Yellow porch light goes to city haze. Parking in the red zone just to see you. Grunting as I hold the kick drum up the stairs, along the school hallway after the bell screams. Taxi horns blaring the beat for our feet. Slapping a Sharpie name on a stolen cassette. Subway rumble shaking the Sunday flower. Sweating as we mumble words we own. Yellow porch light goes to city haze. Peeling the tape off the kitchen counter. Scraping our initials on a brick rooftop. Standing tall while the alarm clock barks. Slapping a Sharpie name on a stolen cassette. The smell of rosemary grease on the wet pavement. Mumble your name into the heat of these tangled white sheets. My bare palms pressed down where the mattress starts to sag. Fumbling for the hem to sweat through this long fever. Tossing the cotton like a white flag into the corner. Pinching my eyes shut to find the yeast and the cinnamon. Slouching against the headboard while the grease pops in my head. Flipping a memory like an egg in a cast iron pan. Scraping the bottom to get every last grain of sugar. Phone glow burning a red screen until the light cracks the ceiling. My pulse taps out the beat of a summer we let slip away. Tracing the deep pillow creases where the cricket hum lives, leaning my forehead on the wood of the headboard to find you. Folded into a mixtape from a year that I barely remember. Your handwriting smells like the porch light and Sunday sauce. The alarm clock clicks at 4 and I lunge for the snooze, sweeping my window of water off the nightstand with a crash, scrubbing the spill while I limp through the gray air. I fumble for a real heart under this rib cage and it beats hard. Crumpled sheets catch the sun like we're dancing in a dream, stumbling toward the window to watch the neighbors wake up. Peeling a label from the bottle, orange sun hits the skyscraper window. After one phone call I slouch between steel beams and smog. Scrubbing a grease stain from my palm. Yellow glow pulses below the street. Walking past the rusted cooling fence, stumble over wires in the haze. Toss a cigarette over the cut the pink haze, stacking up bricks to see better, trace the lines of a blurred map. Wind hits my teeth and I taste flour, wiping dust from a Sharpie scribble. Through the mesh I hear crickets hanging on to a voice on a tape. Squeeze the railing until it bites. Traffic hums a beat through my shoes. Fumble for the porch key in my pocket. sunset, everything turns gold. Wind hits my teeth and I taste flowers. Peel the tape back to read your notes. Orange numbers glow across the speedometer dial, tracing circles on a steering wheel that won't align. Tossing receipts onto the passenger floor mat. Smash the gas pedal just to hear the engine beat. Peel another gum wrapper when the air turns thick. Mutter at the blinking brights in the left lane. Crashing against a brick wall inside my skull. Scrubbing at the smudge on the window till it hurts. Past the exit where your name used to mean home. Half a cigarette burns between my shaky knuckles. Over the lint behind on every single bill. Wipe the mist away before the highway swallows me. Radio static, screen static, smudge name on the tape. One hand grips the wheel while the other stays empty. Scraping yeast and rosemary off an old pine table. You were the summer sun I let flicker out too soon. Passing headlights burn holes in my vision. I fumbled the keys when you held the door. Barely a horn in the window of the rear view, stacking every light till the bridge rail shakes. Flick a lighter just to watch the needle dance. Squeeze the plastic grip until the knuckles turn white. Radio static, screams and ink, smudge name on the tape. One hand grips the wheel while the other stays empty. Scraping yeast and rosemary off an old pine table. You were the summer sun I let flicker out too soon. Static tearing holes in the songs we used to know. Sliding down the leather seat as the miles mount up. Peel the tape label off with a jagged nail. Scrub the dashboard clean of every shared haunt. Toss the memories out the window at 90. Radio static, screams and ink, smudge name on the tape. One hand grips the wheel while the other stays empty. Worlds of white steam weave over mug rims. Watching you dance past the open cupboard door. Across a garden fence a stranger sees us swirl. Sun hits the table where we used to sit back then. Scraping toast crumbs into a pile of ash. Over my pocket, someone checks the time, tucking an old mixtape back in its case. Sweat on my neck as I aim to beat the heat. Fridge hum sings of every summer dark, pocket full of crickets by the porch glow. I mumble names written in a messy hand, still tasting Sunday gravy inside this kitchen air. Bare feet on tile shuffle toward the sink. I squeeze a sponge while you tap a beat. Stumble in the morning as the day starts to grow. Steam fades out as I trace the wooden grain, just like we did when every song felt used. Working my way to find a different sun, remembering how we danced until the moon goes dim. Just a jacket left on the back booth chair, catching my breath while the kettle starts to hiss. Scrape away the burnt parts with a butter knife. Hard work making sure these old seeds bloom. Fridge hum sings of every summer dark, pocket full of crickets by the porch glow. I mumble names written in a messy hand, still tasting Sunday gravy inside this kitchen air. Shoes by the door, ready for the work, folding a napkin while the world wakes up. Fistfuls of cotton twist under my palms, kick these tangled linens off my bare heels. My ribcage drums a beat I can't slow down, blood thumping inside my throat like a ticking clock. Low blue light slices through the window, thumb hovering above your name on a cracked screen. My skin prickles while the window bites my thumb, a nervous heat that won't let me breathe. Faint traces of rosemary and butter still soak our skin. We dance under a yellow porch light with no sound. Slant markers on a plastic tape bleed into gray. I trace the creases where we used to lay. I stumble across the rug to check the dial. 4 minutes till the morning bell cracks the wall. Scraping at the wood with a chip nail. This house is a battle I haven't won yet. Toss my head back into the tangled mess. Peel the tag off a label you wrote years ago. cracked phone glow reveals every truth we hid, leaning into the ways we almost made it big. My temple presses hard into the deep pillow den, scenting the fabric for that Sunday dinner spice, scrubbing my eyes until the sun begins to bleed. The aim is just to keep my chest from folding in. Faint traces of rosemary and butter still soak our skin. We dance under a yellow porch light with no sound. That copper alarm clock is screaming at the sky, hustling just to hear that bass before it goes by. Mumbling our names into the yellow dust, I sweat the distance between then and now. Bright burns a hole through the smog. I mumble your name to a payphone, slapping a mixtape on the leather dash. Small ink swirls I barely recognize now. Window bottles rattle in the metal crate, peeling the tape from a plastic sleeve. Cinnamon smoke drips from a basement vent, nearly stumbling on the subway grate. Oil rainbow shimmer on the wet street, squeezing a copper coin in my palm, blowing on fingers to feel the heat, stretching my shade toward the crosswalk. Pavement glows where we stood for hours, sweat on my neck and your thumb on my wrist, floor on an apron in a kitchen from years ago. Claim the night before the sun beats us down. Yellow porch lights blink behind the rain, taxi horns blaring at the empty corner. I stand on the curb and own the noise. Stonewashed denim catching the red light, trace the blue ink on the old spine. Beyond the storefront I see the stand, mashed potatoes steaming on a Sunday plate. Pavement glows where we stood for hours, sweat on my neck and your thumb on my wrist, floor on our apron in a kitchen from years ago. watched an old cassette tape in the wind, squeeze the railing until my knuckles blue. Peel a Sharpie label back with one nail. Handwriting leans like it might fall over. Mumble the names of songs we never played. Slouching against the chimney brickwork. Scrape a match against the gravelly ledge. Squeezing the heat before it catches. Scrub the grease of memory off my palms. Sliding past the glare of office windows. Notice how the antenna shades loop. Fumble a lighter in the heavy air. Toward the blur of red brake lights. Sinking while the gravel licks my heels. Notice how you smell like flowers Sunday morning. Somehow we forgot to start where we began. Wind in my hair as I trace the labeling. Distant traffic pants and rhythmic birds toward a sky that looks like bruised peaches. Further than the crickets in the grass downstairs. Watch the skyline dance inside a curtain gap. Somehow we forgot to start where we began. Watch the city, watch us back through window. Wait for the loop to finally end. Toward the place where antenna shades cross. Stumble through the haze of thinking eyes. Sinking while the gravel nicks my heels. Pink bright flickers above a busted screen. Handwritten ink smears on a plastic cassette. Toss the old tape on a gym bleacher bench. Claim the cement where the summer sun sets. Reflecting gold heat on the wet sidewalk. Slouch past the library step made of stone. Scrape my boot heel where the crickets hum. Stand in a city I finally own. Yellow porch lights buzz inside a taxi horn. Butter and flour smell sweet on the air. A mixtape tells truths you won't ever say. Stand through the beat of this midsummer flare. Fold up the map on a subway car floor. Fumble a coin for the jukebox song. Pulse of the rumble hits hard in my chest. Sweep up the dust where I never belong. Pink signs are blurring as I hit the street. Trace out the label your shaky hand signed. Snap a dead twig from a porch light bulb, leaving the ghosts of our basement behind. buzz on the wet pavement. Butter and flour smell sweet on the air. A mixtape tells truths you won't ever say. Stand through the beat of this midsummer flare. Mumble the name as the taxi horn blares. Toss the last tab on the bar stool wood. Scrub the old scent from a kitchen rug. Nothing here tastes like it probably should. Yellow porch lights buzz through the subway rumble. Butter and flour smell sweet on the air. A mixtape tells truths you won't ever say. Stand through the beat of this midsummer flare. Squeeze the wet asphalt with my open hand. Claim every shade and stand where I land. Sinking into linen folds while cotton scrapes my bare neck. Toss the heavy quilt until my pulses hammer out a beat. Mumble to the plaster ceiling while the room begins to shake. Scrape a fingernail against the wood to keep from falling back. Peel my skin away from nylon threads and salt. Fumble with the edges where the fabric starts to crack. Heat is drumming hard inside the cage behind my ribs. Squeeze my eyes until the inner sun begins to dance. Blue light slices from the window across my open palm. Trace the name you wrote in jagged ink against the plastic case. Limbs are heavy as I fumble for the answer button now. Beat of every second hammers like a fist against the floor. Scrubbing yeast and butter from the grooves inside my thumb. Real handwriting fumbles on the spine of that old tape. Tapping on the screen until the night begins to break. Somehow you are sitting in the grass while bugs hum low. Stumble toward the pillow, creases hold in every haunt. Fumble with the charging cord until my knuckles bleed. Leaning hard against the mattress as the sweat begins to pour. Shred the paper label while the screen starts blinking out. Fold the corner of the sheet until it bites my palm. Scrape the heels of both my feet across the woven rug. Trace the little indentations where your body used to lean. Scrubbing yeast and butter from the grooves inside my thumb. Real handwriting fumbles on the spine of that old tape. Tapping on the screen until the night begins to break. tapping on the screen until the night begins to break. City lights blur into orange smears across water, scraping bitumen with my sneakers on this ledge, tossing a plastic lighter off the roof edge, stumbling past steel pipes that hum and heat. Antenna metal tastes like pennies on my tongue, scrubbing a grease stain off this vintage shirt, slouching while planes hum over brick dirt. I mumble lines I practiced into my phone, looping a thumb over your handwriting on plastic, squeezing air while those bugs hiss in grass. Antenna shades stretch long like hungry teeth. A yellow porch light keeps ghosts on leashes. Wind peels hair back as I watch traffic, tapping a beat onto a cold brick wall, tucking my chin as I lean into fall. Notice how many windows look like matchbox fire. Distant traffic sounds like a low hum song, hanging my head near a flickering blue bright. Handwritten ink marks me like a faded bruise. Granny kept yeast rolls warm in a tin bowl, trace my name into soot on this railing, peel a sticker off a rusty metal box, stacking loose stones until they finally tumble away into dusk where first nervous touches lived. Vinyl sleeves warped in a sun-baked trunk. Sun hits the curling steam above a chip blue mug. He leans against the counter with a heavy chest, looking at you like a humpback from the beginning. He spills a little cream on the counter rug. Through the window I can see the burner glow, a yellow glow that reminds me of your backyard. Watching you both scramble through the grease and lard, tracing names in flour just for us to know, scraping char remains from the blackened tray, crumbs under your thumb as you clear the plate. I watch him mumble things about our heavy fate, inside the window is a beat we used to dance to back when the night was young. Your grandmother's spice hangs in the air while we swallow the words that stayed on my tongue. Somewhere a mixtape turns in a box in the hall, scraping my boots on the edge of your kitchen wall. He watches your bare feet find the cold attire, checking a watch like a bolt head needs to turn. Sweat on your neck from the slow and steady burn, seeing how you try to keep a faded smile. Hearing the vapor where the coffee starts to drip, splashing on the lemon in a dark brown pool. You look at me like kids back in our Sunday school, feeling every secret start to slowly slip. The rattling ice inside the window is a beat we used to dance to back when the night was young. Your grandmother's spice hangs in the air while we swallow the words that stayed on my tongue. Somewhere a mixtape turns in a box in the hall, scraping my boots on the edge of your kitchen wall. Leaving the faucet to leak a steady beat. Through the window, he looks a lot like me. I see you tap a spoon and mumble listlessly, pressing your palms to find some kind of heat. The rattling ice inside the window is a beat we used to dance to back when the night was young. Your grandmother's spice hangs in the air while we swallow the words that stayed on my tongue. The orange glow floods a dusty dashboard plate. Peel my fingers off the steering leather, toss my heavy ring on the floor mats, squeeze the plastic rim and shift gear, scrape my heels against floorboard metal, wedge a folding note between seats, tear old maps apart with teeth, mumble how I used to stay, review window shows, grandma frying sage, yellow porch lights flicker after sun, blue ink names on cassette smudge, trace your name on window then smash, radio static rafts like dry cicadas, towards a line of blurred pines, away from wood tables holding broth, snag my sweater on the buckle clip, passing headlights burn through faded mesh, mix of Sunday roast and engine heat, cracked screen bleeds on the map, dance until my sneakers fall away onto bright humming above the library steps. Stumbled into the blue flicker of the exit sign, shoving a tape box inside a gym locker. Tapped the latch on the gym door against the lock. Bright humming above the library steps. Stumbled into the blue flicker of the exit sign, shoving a tape box inside a gym locker. Tapped the latch on the gym door against the lock. Slapping a Sharpie name on a stolen cassette. The smell of rosemary grease on the wet pavement. Sweating as we mumble words we own. Yellow porch light goes to city haze. Parking in the red zone just to see you. Grunting as I hold the kick drum up the stairs, along the school hallway after the bell screams. Taxi horns blaring the beat for our feet. Slapping a Sharpie name on a stolen cassette. Subway rumbles shaking the Sunday flower. Sweating as we mumble words we own. Yellow porch light goes to city haze. Peeling the tape off the kitchen counter. Scraping our initials on a brick rooftop. Standing tall while the alarm clock barks. Slapping a Sharpie name on a stolen cassette. The smell of rosemary grease on the wet pavement. Mumble your name into the heat of these tangled white sheets. My bare palms pressed down where the mattress starts to sag. Fumbling for the hem to sweat through this long fever. Tossing the cotton like a white flag into the corner. Pinching my eyes shut find the yeast and the cinnamon. Slouching against the headboard while the grease pops in my head. Flipping a memory like an egg in a cast iron pan. Scraping the bottom to get every last grain of sugar. Phone glow burning a rectangle into my raw cheekbones. Scrolling through a blur of shaky cursive on a plastic case. Squeezing the screen until the light cracks the ceiling. My pulse taps out the beat of a summer we let it slip away. Tracing the deep pillow creases where the cricket hum lives. Leaning my forehead on the wood of the headboard to find you. folded into a mixtape from a year that I barely remember. Your handwriting smells like the porch light and Sunday sauce. The alarm clock clicks at 4 and I lunge for the snooze, sweeping my window of water off the nightstand with a crash, scrubbing the spill while I limp through the gray air. I fumble for real hard under this rib cage and it beats hard. Crumpled sheets catch the sun like we're dancing in a dream, stumbling toward the window to watch the neighbors wake up. Peeling a label from the bottle, orange sun hits the skyscraper window. After one phone call I slouch between steel beams and smog. Scrubbing a grease stain from my palm. Yellow glow pulses below the street. Walking past the rusted cooling fence, stumble over wires in the haze. Toss a cigarette over the cut the pink haze, stacking up bricks to see better, trace the lines of a blurred map. Wind hits my teeth and I taste flour, wiping dust from a Sharpie scribble. Through the mesh I hear crickets, hanging on to a voice on a tape. Squeeze the railing until it bites. Traffic hums a beat through my shoes. Fumble for the porch key in my pocket. Smudge off a blurry face. Wind hits my teeth and I taste flour. Wind hits my teeth and I taste flour. Peeling a sticker with your messy. Between the noise I see the screen door, on a tape. Mumble words to a vacant sky. Scrape the cement with my heel. After sunset everything turns gold. Wind hits my teeth and I taste flour. Tape back to read your note.